Another perfect day of Onigiri. Time to log in, grab my tickets, and just roll the Nyankoro pond. I can't wait. What's this? Confirming network connection. Why won't it load? I don't understand. I just want to get my login. I just want to get my tickets. What's going on? It was good for like 2017 was good. Man, like up until, it was right after 2018 everything stopped working. That's what we got to you, Matt. So no guys, everything is not perfect in Onigiri. I heard about this last night and I didn't think about it at all. Someone said they couldn't log in. And yeah, and I got a couple messages and Eva told me like you can't log in right now. And as we can see right here, an error has occurred. Login's not possible right now. But hello everyone who came out. Lamb, Dizzy, Terrell, how y'all been? How's life? Well, I just worked a full shift today. So, you know, it's good money. Get a lot of hours. And so I only really found out about this midday. But yeah, so right now, can't log in. I don't think it's like, this happened a bit before, like a couple months ago. I want to say like 2-3 months ago, we couldn't log in. And within 2 or 3 months, we had the thing where certain portals wouldn't work. They were all buggy. We couldn't like, if you were logged off in like Sekigahara, you were done. Rip your temp is fine. Yeah. I got what day is it? 24th. Today's the 24th? Oh, I gotta finish my Satan farm. I didn't notice it. I didn't play much this weekend because it's like double drops in Warframe, and I've been playing that on and off lately. So it's like a fever time in Warframe right now. So I haven't been that affected by it. But yeah, you're saying your friend's got some Oni withdrawal. You know, when you're in the mix of it, you're in the heat of it, and you're farming Eldritch, you're farming whatever it is. You know, you're doing that thing like the weekend, right? Like someone could be leveling up right now. Someone could be farming skill card tickets. That basically sums up what it could be. You know, any weekend super farm. For sure. This is a big stone in your shoe on the path of progress. Which is not good. We call it a boulder. Shit's on your day. Your life is wonderful. Okay, that's good. You just hit 127. You were leveling up? Okay, cool. So you were saying you messaged them, you said they're going to be doing an emergency maintenance. That's fantastic. I haven't been checking the Twitter at all. Twitter on my phone's kind of weird. I don't really use it that often. Unless I want to like post something. Somebody tweeted at me. They said the PS4 servers are down again. I am making a vid about it at the moment, sir. Thank you. Alright. Reply. So yeah, right now, Thunder, we can't log in right now. Hey, Matt. Hey, Pikachu. Hey, Tyler. Wow, hey, Vlex. They're letting it fall apart, maybe. Where do you get purified oil? The only place to get purified oil in the game is The giant is from the three-eyed Sumashi. So he's the boss you fight in Kumaso Field, like the little house you go in. And there's a three-eyed Sumashi there. He drops it. He also appears in Juncture because someone is going to say, well, actually, Oro, the three-eyed Sumashi appears in a group of 3 on floor 91 of Juncture. Like, someone's just going to say that. And it's like, okay, I understand, but you're not going to go run 90 floors of Juncture just to fight a three-eyed Sumashi. You're going to just farm the dungeon, steal attack, in and out, be done with it. But yeah, it drops from him. If you're lucky to get in your bargains and stockpile it like I do, but apart from that, yeah, that's your only way to get them. Great content. Thanks. We can't log in. Hey, Dupe. Hey, Neville. Hey, Matt. Hey, Nick. Hey, everybody. Oh, yeah, I opened up the Twitter, and we're going to check the I got a notification. What is this? It's him. He liked my comment. All right. How do you spell onigiri? Onigiri. Following. Has Onigiri responded to anything today? They're talking to Xbox. Why are they talking to Xbox? Don't they know? The PS4 suffering? Don't they know? So they haven't officially posted anything about a maintenance. But hopefully one is on the way. Like a guy was saying, he messaged them. Did I combo card the nadir yet? No. I can't log in. Where's Kaga's house? Kaga's house? You mean Kaguya's home? No estimated time, Rob. Okay, yeah. Kaguya's home's on the moon. I'm not sure what Kaga house is. If it's Kaga house, then it's in Kaga and it's a house. But if it's just Kaguya's home, it's on the moon. You walk into the moon from the crystal and you just go straight. It's right there. You go through it and you're in Kaguya's home. How long has this been happening for? I think at least close to 20 hours, I want to say. Since it's the weekend. You know, they might just be like, well, shit, Tuesday's right around the corner. You guys just wait for 3 days and we'll just fix it when we change the update. Like, and then everyone's gonna be like, my login tickets, I gotta finish Satan. No. Like, you do go to the moon. Out of this world. Good endgame Odachi weapons. The Lancelot. The Lancelot weapons. The other side weapons, although those are event exclusive except for Rev 3. The White Flash is really good. The Spark is really good. You know. I don't think there's really any Odachi exclusive weapons. Like, it's going to be the same for everyone. So other side, or not other side, Eldritch side. What's that called? Now, I'm saying it like that to trick you guys, by the way. I know it's called the Fallen Star. When I say, like, the other star, the Fallen side, like, I just mess with you guys. The Piccolo blew up the moon? Moon! Yeah, for sure. Did they do another maintenance? Probably, definitely. Like, we have the Satan update right now, as you can see by the backsplash. We've had it for a while. 9 minutes. Doing pretty good. You check the website. They edited it from 326 to 43. Really? You're on top of this shit, man. You're on top of that. So they changed it. Is that a Tuesday? 4-3? That is a Wednesday, my dudes. So yeah, they pushed it back a week. Okay, so it'll be. So we got another week of farming. Good news. Good news to Not good news, but that it's good news to hear. You know, that's a conflicting statement. If I say good news, like, oh, good news, everyone, versus, oh, that's good news. We have an extra week. So, you know, hopefully something big is on the horizon. You're trying to become one of the best Odachi players? Do it, man. Do it. The path to life is paved in Aurogiri videos. You could do it. Is it good news? Well, you just have longer to farm this event. You have more time. Unless they cut the calendar short, we'll have more time to get free restores. And right now, the login calendar is fantastic. You get free restores, tickets, OC. It's awesome. There's at least like 300 OC you could get logging in every day. Where is a good place to farm high grade total oil? Dokkan battle? Okay. High grade total oil. There's a bunch of different places, to be honest. I find, now this is like, if you're at like that, okay, I'll just say for general, Sato Mine is really good. Sato Mine on Hell. You just go in a body party, you go and you kill all the frogs in like the first 2 rooms. You do that and then you leave and then you come back and then you leave and then you come back and then you leave and then you come back and you just kill those little enemies there because there's a bunch of frogs. Late game, you just farm your high grade total oil while you're farming your earth and marbles because there's tons of frogs in Rezui Island and you just get them both at the same time. But if you're just the average person, Sato Mine's the best place to go for high grade total oil, in my opinion. How can you get 300 OC for logging every day? Well, the Satan event had a login calendar. And like every day we log in, you get 10 OC. Like that's how it is. It's fantastic. But the Satan login calendar, you'd get 10 OC or 20 OC, then 40 OC, then like throughout the week, you would get like an extra 10 OC, 20 OC, 30 OC, and then like 40 or 50 OC, and then you'd get like 100 OC at the end of the week or something like that. Like that's how it would go. Some kind of calculation like that. And that adds up to being at least, or something, some combination. Either way, you're getting like 300 OC for the month. If you logged in every day this month, you would get that much OC. That's the numbers. I knew that's weird. I said 10, 20, 30. Yeah, 10, 10, 10, 20, 50. So that's 100, yeah. So 300 OC for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 400 OC, plus your daily login, so that's 10 times 30. So you get 300 OC for logging in every day in a month, no matter what, because you're logging in. You're getting 10 a day. So we used to get 2 a day, my dudes. 2! We used to get 2! So it would take us 5 months to get 300 OC free. My God. So yeah, if you log in every day, you get 300 OC from login, and then the special calendars, it just goes up. So that's that. What's a good place to farm friendship items? In very early game. Sorry for yawning, I worked all day. Friendship items can draw from any mob now, like it's not level dependent like it was years ago. So really early game, extremely early game, you would really early, you get into a 5-man body party. You do Kishinden on hard, on like a 4 or 5-man body party. You go in, you kill the room with all the guys in it, you pick up all their stuff and you leave, and you come back and you do that over and over. And it's not a bad idea because on hard you can get some skill force mags. Like you can get the banana, you can get Gemini, Cancer, you can get things like that there. So if you're really early game, like you're level 20 and you wanted to farm something for some reason, that's the place you could go because you could farm mags at the same time. That's extremely early game. After that, Kaga's fantastic. Like he's saying, Hermit Crab Grotto, that's fantastic too. Any really dungeon on a 5-man that just is swimming with mobs, then you can get friendship items from. It's not, you just gotta kill stuff. Better yet, just go into the field and kill your 50 Darumas for the day. Like in Kikaigahara, just do that. Just kill your 50 Darumas a day, or 250 Darumas for the week. You'll be getting friendship items, no problem. Because you're killing a bunch of stuff. Get all those daily achievements. You can't wait for the day Oni gives us 50 full restores on an account present. No one needs free artisans. We just need energy. Well, no one needs artisans now because Zanko event gave us so many blue balls that everyone I know that played the event has like 99 artisans on them and like 70 to 90 artisans in their storage. What's a body party? Well, the other day I ran experience for like 3 hours and I was in a body party. But they are rare these days. They are, I'll admit, because not a lot of people are interested in the Satan event, to be honest. Let me get in the notebook. Man, the whole stream's a notebook. You just gotta rewind, like YouTube rewind. Yeah. Hermit Crab used to be a good money dungeon back in the day. Yeah, it was Hermit Crab, and then hey, Scooby-Doo. Oh my God, it's Scooby-Doo. I'm honored. Hermit Crab, ACM, Scooter Forest, they're all good back in the day. Yeah, I'm saving my artisans for purgatory weapons, for sure. Hey, Otaku, what's the most important? What is the most important? Another perfect day in Oni. Hey, Vanya Gaming, how you doing? You're gonna get all 12 of my characters to 130 just cuz? Oh, yeah, man. Your EU character? Wow. I can't do multiple characters. What's happening? We can't log in right now. That's about it. 200. Yeah, if you log in on all characters, I couldn't be bothered to have more than one character invested into. Like, ugh. But sure. I wanted to get to this part of the discussion. But you were saying what places are good for friendship items. So really early game, go to like Kishinden and Onigashima on the body party and just kill all the mobs and get all your friendship items. Like get to the room with all the mobs, kill everything, pick everything up, leave, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. Do that for like an hour or two. You'll get a bunch of friendship items. Don't worry. But at this point in the video, I probably should have talked about this earlier, but I think we do deserve a compensation for this, especially when there's a login calendar involved. Hello, Japanese characters, how you doing? Especially when there's login calendars involved, tickets, all that stuff. I think they do need to do some kind of compensation for this, mainly because me personally, today was my 5th day to log in. Well, yeah, that's easy friendships at that point in the game, Tyler, but he's not there yet. Maybe. Usually if I do a video and I say, hey, everybody, we should get compensation because we lost X, X, Y, and Z, and then people go tell them on Twitter, things usually happen. Yeah, today was my 5th login day. Or actually, it was yesterday, but I couldn't log in this morning, so rip that. So I missed out on, 3 tickets, the 50 OC, the 3 restores, or whatever it is, and that's going to be the same for a lot of people. And that's going to mess up everyone's chain because it's a consecutive login. Doesn't matter unless you're on day 1, it matters. Like if you're on day 3, you're on day 4, it kind of messes up your consecutive login. Kind of really sucks, And it's time lost. I think they should do a compensation for that because it's like it's really hard to when something affects every player in the game, it's kind of hard to not try and say sorry. You came for the jiggles? Yeah, it's stuck with a lolly. What? Feel lied to. Look at the cursor. It's jiggling on login. There you go. But it's something that's going to be widespread. Like, this affects 100% of the player base. Like some events, like if something was wrong with Yogg, well, 90% of the player base that's running around not doing Yogg doesn't care. Just give us free OC. It's not just free OC. I can't log in though. But I think we should just be given what we're owed. You know, like if I were to give a compensation for this event, like let's say I was Cyberstep, I looked at it. Okay, we messed up their login calendars. They can't log in. Here's what you do: you give everyone. We did watch it jiggle exactly. I would give everyone 1,000 Nirvana tarts. I would give everyone 1,000 Nirvana tarts, 10 Satan tickets, 10 full restores, and like 200 OC. That'd be it. That'd be it. Okay, that would be the compensation. Like 1,000 Nirvana tarts. That's 2 days of farming, man. 1,000 Nirvana tarts. Like either 5 or 10 full restores. 200 OC or 100 OC, whatever. I think 100's fair. Yeah, I think that'd be good. Literally, 1,000 Nirvana tarts. You could keep everything else. But literally, like people lost OC, so like 100 OC, Nirvana tarts, some full restores, some OC, you know, something like that. That's all they really need. Why is Onigiri always broken? Because here's the scenario, okay? How do you farm those? You gotta run like Golden Weapon Hunt normal a bunch of times. The servers are up now, are they? Gene Robert Gate? What a name! Poseidon from Standard? Poseidon? Who has Poseidon forms? In Standard? I don't know what you just said, Neville. But can we log in, though? I ain't logging into shit. Or you're trying to ask what's more important, Yogg, Crit K for Yogg, Crit K mags, Mastery mags, or Cielo mags? If you don't have... man, I just got debated by Gene. But, does no skin off my back. What's more important? Well, getting knowledge mags for starters. That's more important. Just having knowledge mags, because they're universally good. They're useful for dealing with your negative element. Useful for doing Palace Oni. What's the word here? Now, crit. You said crit knowledge mags. The thing about knowledge mags is that knowledge mags don't have crit force. And that's like the biggest, like their biggest flaw, I guess, is that they don't have crit force and like Fuse and Tempest do. So if you're a person that wants to use like, okay, oh, you have all the mags. Okay. You're just wondering if critting them out is more important than Mastery Celio. Okay. So in that perspective, yeah, getting them is the most important part. Like, that's it. If you're someone who uses a bunch of different weapons, then use your knowledge mags. But if you're someone who's focused on a single weapon type, you know, like your spear, bow, sword, whatever, then the masteries are more important. In all honesty, Cielo is a flex mag. If you go on paper and you put Cielo to mastery, the difference between wearing 3 masteries and 3 Cielos is not that crazy unless you're really worried about or focused on the Cielos, like 3 ornamentation slots and their SP reduction. Like, the only saving grace that Cielo really has is ornamentation slots and SP reduction after the Yogg event. During the Yogg event, Cielos allow you to do an extra 5 million damage on every hit you do. They're fantastic in that regard, but after the fact, they have a huge fall off. And if you're going to debate between mastery and cielo, honestly, if you have good masteries, there's no need for cielos. Like, if you roll a bunch of masteries and they all get, like, 2 decks or whatever, it's not that good. Then if you have the resources, go make like 1 or 2 cielo. That's what I did, and then I made 3 because fuck it. But in terms of everything, like, Scythe is right. Like, the whole thing about Unblinking Eye. Like, what I did for my knowledge mags is I usually do 2 rolls faded, 1 roll unblinking, or even triple unblinking. Like, if you get a knowledge mag and you manage to get, like, triple unblinking, like, and by that I mean, like, if you get crit force, you know, if you get 3 crit force rolls, and you're looking at, like, anywhere from 30 to 40, 45 at the most, 30 to 40 crit force on a knowledge, then you can wear 1 knowledge with crit force, and then wear 3 or 2 knowledges with crit, and then you're walking around with 200 crit force, and all the skill force from knowledge, and you're critical, and you're doing good. That's the only fault. That's the only downside of knowledge, is that you lack crit force. So I did do Avenger on monsters on Cielo. I did. Yeah. And I did that because I did the math that if you do 2 rolls of Avengers and 1 roll faded, the Cielo adds up to 55 chakra, and that's the same as a Tempest. And for me, I'm used to that build, so it's whether it's 3 Tempest and a Sparrow versus 3 Celio and a Sparrow, then that was fine for me. But that was I just made them so that I could just destroy Yogg and just go at it and have Kieran do 29 million damage. Very rarely, like, Cielo has a huge crit, or not crit, durability cost, like 80% per mag, whereas, like, Mastery is just 10 more than Knowledge. Nice, Vanita. Welcome. So that's the main thing. Like, knowledges are great to have. They're good for situations. I think you should have 2 or 3 knowledges for crit, and then try to have a knowledge that has pure crit force on it, or do like me, 2 rolls faded, 1 rolls crit force, or whatever. We do have the items to remove ornamentations now, so builds are going to be a little more flexible as those become more available. But removing an ornamentation on a knowledge is going to consume the highest tier of those materials. So the same thing, like, and that's shared from knowledge to mastery to Cielo. They're all going to use the same materials. Usually, if I have a bad knowledge or a bad mastery, what I did was I took the bad ones and I turned them into Cielo. Like, I can't look at my inventory right now because we can't log in, but I do have 7 knowledges or something like that, 5 or 6 knowledges. I only have 3 thunder knowledges, or 1 or 2. They're not that big for me, like the thunder ones, because I'm already spear, so thunder doesn't matter. And the wind ones, same thing. I didn't really care because they're both spears mags. I didn't get them as much in abundance. But even though I have 3 Cielos, I also have 3 masteries, and I have 5 or 6 knowledges. You didn't let me in, that's right. And I have a bunch of knowledges that aren't even ornamented, just for chakra cost. So I have some knowledges that are good, and I have some knowledges that aren't even used. You were always thinking that the crit was the main reason instead of crit force. That's why I was debating on getting more knowledge mags for Orners. Yeah. So, yeah, like, and that's another thing. Like, if you get masteries, you just have to worry about crit or hope for crit, because the masteries have the same. I think masteries have 20 or 50. I'll have to look it up because I can't log in. You guys are making me use the wiki. I'm not saying you guys are forcing me to do nothing. I'm just saying I haven't used the wiki in a long time. Spear mastery Mog Tom. I haven't gone to the wiki in such a long time. Oh my god. Okay, skill force. And one thing about mastery versus knowledge is that knowledge is if you want the big bonus, you got to be at 130. Mastery is if you want the big bonus to skill force, you got to be 128, which is not that big of a difference now that they kind of nerfed experience, but in the long run of it, you know, it's a very minor detail when you're looking at a 130 perspective. They give 20 crit force each, so that's about the same as a fused. So it's similar, like knowledge to 105, except knowledge is much better, but it's kind of like the same thing. Knowledge to 105, fuse to mastery, and then Cielo to Tempest. Tempest is still better than Cielo. If Cielo had attack on it like Tempest had attack, then there would be no question Cielo would be super, super good. But yeah. So the mastery has, like, so knowledges take 30 durability, masteries take 40 durability, and Cielo takes 80 durability. So like Cielo's a flex mag. I think its main purpose is just so you can steamroll the heck out of Yogg. Using Cielos in like a Palace of Rain setting is horrible. The durability jumps to like 180. So 20%? Whew, sign me up, boy. This mag better have like 0 skill force on. I'll still put it on. Well, no, that's a burai. That's just a burai. But if it was on top of the Cielo, oh, that's hot. That's hot. Like at that point, that'd be super good. But right now, Robert, we can't log in, so we're discussing knowledge, Celio. Yeah, I think you should get more knowledges for different builds, for sure. You're gonna get the mastery mags first, then one Cielo if I can. Yeah. And the thing about the Cielo is the Cielo's gonna take your weapon as well. Like, it's not your weapon, but you have to get, like, if you're making the spear one, you have to give it another side spear, bow, whatever. You have to get one of those. You have to have one knowledge, one mastery, and one weapon that you have to give out, and the weapon has to be like plus 80 or something. So it's a big grind for it. But if you have the time, you have the resources, then for sure. Hey Affinity, is Kintoki still going? Oh, Kintoki, okay. Is staff viable DPS? Late game, staff can do really well with DPS for certain situations. So on its own, staff has really good holy, but that's about it. Like a good staff player, if you get your 105 mags, or if you get any event mags, staff becomes infinitely a lot better. But if you only have vanilla mags like fused, 105, Tempest, staff really only excels in like rain and holy. I think that's the elements on the mag, and you'd have to do like some other creative builds to really build it up. But if like staff is something that a lot of players, like DPS staff is something that a lot of players will do as like a side class late game. So like after they've already established like how to build stuff, like they've gotten 105s for another class, they're quite independent in their skill. And then late game, it's like, oh, I just got knowledge mags. I can now make a staff and use Shadow Ball on it, and it would work. And Soul Strike and Shadow Ball, and it'd be fine because you can do a dark staff build, and it's fine when you get knowledge and things like that. If you get a Fusion Bear, then you can start using Rain of Judgment Sublime. You can start using Rain of Judgment builds. Azura's Thunder, not Azura's Thunder, but Uryu Wave, like using a lot of the universal Ogis and universal event mags, staff gets a huge spike in viability late game. But if you wanted to start right now and be DPS staff, it'll be a rocky road. You could do it, but it'd be very difficult to do it. Like for the most part, like staff, based on how it allocates its points, Like everything goes into mind, and then everything goes into wisdom, and then everything goes into dex. You don't touch power, you don't touch wisdom, or you don't touch vitality, sorry, you do touch wisdom for the SP reduction. In that build scenario where you only touch 3 stats, which is really strong, a lot of staff players can work on their staff and at the same time utilize bow, wand, and twin without really playing around with their stats too much. And, you know, as you're farming your 105 mags, like you're farming the fake staff mags in Wara, you're probably going to come across hunters or pressure point or magic mags, and you can just use those, you know, build up weapon types for other classes. Like, I think staff can excel late game. It's just, I feel like to see its true potential, it relies on getting event Magatamas in the long run, like Fusion Bear, Knowledge, Thunder Mastery, Wind Mastery. I mean, Wind wouldn't really help it that much, but, you know. Like, it's a niche pick. It can work, but you're going to work a lot harder for results than someone else who's just maining an offensive class like Wand, let's say, as a DPS perspective. That's a bit of a long answer, but I think that's my opinion there. What do the graphic types and options do? If you play on type A, you play on anime mode, and it makes your character look like more smooth and anime. But if you play on type B, you play OG, and everything looks OG Onigiri, and Oro looks ugly in type A, so I play on type B because it just feels right. I play at type B, but type A is the default. Someone asked, where's a good place to get mags? It really depends where you are in the game. Like, if you're level ranging from... If you're anywhere from like 90 to 100 plus, you'd want to farm War Bazooka just so you can get, you know, you want to farm War Bazooka on hard in a body party just so you can get the mags necessary to make the 105 Magatamas like Ronin and stuff. So War Bazooka is a big mag farming place. If you're beyond that point, then the Moon is probably the best place to farm mags. Because after level like 100, honestly, after level 100, all of the good Magatamas are crafted. So unless you're farming like a little mag or something, like a niche specific mag, then like most endgame mags are crafted. At an endgame perspective, like the Sparrow is the best 4th mag because it has such a low cost. We can put Heavenly Shield on it, like anything you want, really, like arguably. So while you do need to farm mags to craft other mags, every mag that's good late game is crafted or given to you from an event. Like that's how things go Magatama wise. Because the early game, the OG mags are nothing compared to the mags they put in later. Like walking around like 4 mangoes, like it worked for bow in the beginning, but compared to 3 105s, it's like Kaioken to Super Saiyan. Like, you just can't compare it. We lost a lot of viewers talking about staff and mags. Hey, RFK, you're stupid and I power leveled. What's a good place for friendships? Well, you're smart because, you know, I say this a lot, but the really stupid people don't realize they're stupid. That's what makes them stupid. A smart person realizes, shit, I could be doing this better. I made a bad decision, and you can improve from that point on. So, you're smarter than you think. So, RFK, do you play on PS4, PC, or do you play somewhere else? Because on PS4, every enemy drops friendship items, but and same thing with PC. Okay, so you're on PS4, you can farm any dungeon you want, man. Whatever, like you said, you power leveled, so you should be strong enough affinity-wise to do anything. If you can go to Kaga, I don't know if you're strong enough to go to Kaga, I don't know, because in this game you can power level all you want, but if you don't get the gear, it doesn't mean anything. But you can farm anything with a lot of mobs in the dungeon and just get friendship items. Like you could farm Kishinden, you could farm the little well in Kyoto, you can farm any place at all. Okay, so I have a question from Vanitas. He said, is Thunder Beast useful? Thunder Beast has many uses. On it, like if you're running Chiami and you're running mags like Thunder mags, or like if your sword with fused, or you have Thunder mags from the event or anything like that, and you're using like a double damage weapon like the Rainwater or the Blitz Tiamat weapons, Thunder Beasts can be very effective on the right targets. But like in the beginning of the game, it was God tier, was super good, amazing, but late game it falls off in damage very much, but it can still work if you build around it. And it's still good for utility, getting out of a situation. Like in the beginning, it was the end all be all of skills, and now it's kind of fallen off. Is the Gargoyle assist good? So Parvis or Gargoyle? Assist characters are all really good. They're very good late game because when they give you an attack buff, it scales very, very, very much. On the Raijin sword, I'd say not so much because it doesn't have a damage multiplier. The Raijin sword, like you couldn't put it on the Raijin sword. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just obviously the Thunder / Sublime would be better. You could. I don't even know. You could put it on if you want. How do we stat Fujin and Raijin? You put all your points into power, then you put all your points into Vit, then you put all your points into Wisdom, and then you put all your points into Mind or Dex. No, you put all your points into Power, Vitality, Dex, then Wisdom, then Mind, in that order. So, Power, Vitality, Dexterity, Wisdom, and Mind. And I'll tell you why you do it in that order. So Power is straight up attack. You need high attack on the mount. And as long as your mount's like level 50 and you put all its points into Power, at that point they can start killing gold Darumas and Arcanes, and that's where you really, really level them. So that's why you do Power first. Vitality is done next because Vitality increases their health, but they don't really have health. So what it does is it decreases the amount of stamina they take in form of damage and from the skills themselves. So let's say Ifrit has a skill that takes 300 SP or 300 stamina, let's say. Well, if you have a Vitality investment high enough, that skill goes from taking 300 to taking 210, or I don't know the exact conversion, but it reduces the amount of stamina skills used. Therefore, you can use more skills and take more hits, and it's just really, really good. Fantastic, even. Then after that you do Dexterity, because Dexterity is going to increase the mount's crit. So Ifrit starts off at like 5 crit or something, and after you're fully involved in a Dex, his crit goes to 33, and that means every 1 out of 3 shots he'll crit, which is fantastic because Ifrit has just like, he doesn't have elements on his attacks, just universal damage pretty much. He does have elements, but it doesn't matter that much. And it just, when you see a move do 4 million and then it crits, it's fantastic. A rhyme. And then after that you do Wisdom, because that's like magic defense or something. It kind of affects Fujin and Raijin in a way, but honestly it doesn't really matter. Like the Mind for Ifrit lowers his cooldown or whatever, increases his cooldown, I'd say, but his moves have infinite cooldown anyway, so it doesn't matter. So you do Wisdom, then you do Mind last, and it's just to put points in. But hey, Rhyme, did I see the post Cyberstep put up a few days ago? What post was that? Oh, are you talking about the Xbox and JP? Like JP Onigiri and US Onigiri are fusing? I heard about that. So that means US Xbox, you have to be very nice to the 5 people that are coming over. You have to appreciate them because God knows Japan loves the Xbox. It's their favorite console. Everyone's totally still playing on Onigiri Xbox, even though they've never gotten an update beyond Edo. But, welcome them in. I'm sure you'll appreciate having a bunch of level 105s come over. It's going to be fantastic. Yeah, they pretty much never updated Onigiri PS4. Yeah, or not PS4, Xbox. Yeah, beyond it. Yeah, exactly. Is it working? I do not think it's working yet, so Sobashio, what a nice name. Sobashio. But yeah, it's not working, so. I'm sure if it did work, they would put out a post saying, hey guys, look, we did a maintenance, it's working. Woo! Come on in! Woo! 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 Now, someone asked earlier, why is the server failing so much in the past 2 years? There's no maintenance yet. No, I'm just talking like sarcastically. You just started playing and you pushed 94 in like 2 days. You want to play? Yeah, man, it's down right now. No, we're not getting JP PS4 players. No, they're far too ahead of us. I would love a merge. If we merge with JP PS4, I don't even know if it would work, but they'd fix Blitz. Could you imagine? They merge JP PS4 and English PS4, and fucking Blitz doesn't work. They'd be fixing it instantaneously because the Japanese players would be like, "Holy fuck, fix that shit now!" And they'd be like, "Yes, glorious Nippon-sama, we will do that." Like, it would literally happen instantaneously. Nothing bad ever stays bad in JP. But I was talking about why this keeps happening. And here's an example. So a man who had 4 kids was asked, what's it like to have 4 kids? And he said, okay, so imagine you're swimming in the water and you have one kid in one arm and you have one kid in another arm and you have another kid who's just like floating on your back, right? Okay, so then your wife hands you another kid. And you can't stay afloat. Okay, so that's my opinion of it. What that means is we have Onigiri PC, we have Onigiri JP PC, we have Onigiri PS4, Onigiri JP PS4, Onigiri Xbox, Onigiri JP Xbox, Switch Onigiri, Onigiri Switch, Onigiri on the Steam coming. So we have, I'm counting my fingers, we have 8 different clients for Onigiri, not barring that I think there was a Taiwanese server at one point or other language. And we have fucking EU too. So EU PS4, EU Xbox. So there's 2 more. We have 10 Onigiris on the run. We have 10. 10. When I first started, we had JPX, but we had Xbox, PS4, PC, English, and JP. That was it. There was 2 of every kind. There were 6. We're up to 10. We're up to 10. Okay? So we're up to 10 Onigiris. We're up to 10 Onigiris. So, did Cyberstep hire 4 more whole crews to take care of the maintenance and sustaining for every console? No. Well, I don't know, but it doesn't look like it. Have we gotten a swarm of new GMs? Does every console have a GM of their own? Like, I mentioned Steam. Don't worry. So, and is there a Japanese Steam that I don't know about? Is there a Japanese Switch Onigiri that I don't know about? Are we at 12 now? Like, now think about this. There's 12 iterations of this game. And its staff is probably not fully equipped to deal with each one. For the longest, ever since Switch came out, we've had updates be delayed. Like, we've had Zunko lasts 4 months. Curse or blessing, whatever it was to you, 4 months. Yogg lasted 4 months. We've gone months without updates. We skip updates. Like, and Switch, I don't even know if Switch got updated. And Switch was a dumpster fire when it came out. Like, they've got their hands in too many pockets, and they don't have their hands on the wheel. You know? Like, it's... hopefully not so. The Steam version comes out tomorrow. If my computer can run it, I mean, Steam tries to open up every time I open my computer. For sure. I mean, I could probably log in, or I'd have to make a whole. I have a Steam account, right? I guess you would just all be tied to your Steam account when you logged in. Hey John, you got Satan 5 scroll? Wow, how much did that cost you? Because I got her 4 scroll and that cost me a lot of free OC. What weapons should you use? Well, you need to give her the strongest twin sword possible. A guy told me that you can, if you are 100 OC, that's bullshit, dude. That's crazy. I spent like 8,000 free OC and I have 4 scrolls. Or no, I got 3 scrolls. I have a 4th. Yeah, I had one to begin with. 1,000. Was it paid or was it free? You're bad. 100. Holy fuck. That's like 3. That's impossible. That's impossible. 100. That's like, you can't even roll 5 times in 100. You got a seer guy, but you can't use it because I need to press T, but I'm using a controller. Well, Soul, I do a video about how to configure. You have to go into your settings. Like if you go to your options right here. So watch me, cameraman. So if you go to your options and you go to controls, I can't do button config right now, which is dumb. But if you go to your controls and your settings after you were able to log in, you go into button config and you scroll down and you find Vanguard swap. You just set that to like up on your D-pad or triangle or some button you don't use, and then you'll be able to do it. Oh, so the game itself says it'll unlock then. Interesting. But yeah, that's what you do to get your Vanguards going. Sorry if I sound a bit sarcastic saying it, or like, oh, look at this, it's so obvious. Oh. But, yeah. Yeah, hopefully we get in soon. But yeah, if you're head over heels for Satan, you want to give her the best weapons ever. Honestly, you can farm up a lot of Rev 3 twin swords because it's the strongest twin sword that is readily available and farmable, and just pump that into your Satan in her slots. That's what you can do. You have to give her a twin sword. You wanted to get her to 150 today? That's a lot of farming. Yeah, I got mine to 132 or 142 right now. I haven't touched her in a while. That's cool. What has been sent? I did get a message. I'll look at it real quick. I clicked the wrong area. Touched. 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 I don't know what touched is for. So many tickets? Yeah. Satan's not even in her own ticket thing. I think. I could be wrong. I haven't rolled a ticket in a couple days. Oh. Boys, oh boys. Well, let's try it again. It has been 50 minutes. There's been no posts on Twitter. So I wouldn't recommend just blindly trying to log in today, guys. Just wait for there to be a post on Twitter, something like that. For sure. For sure. For sure. Sure. But earlier I did see a comment. Nick was saying, yeah, all the glitch stalls aren't helping. That's a possibility too. So my theory was on the fact that they've spread themselves so thin in all their hands in so many bear baskets, but no one's like actually like you're not doing care. Like maybe 25. Oh boy. But he's also saying, well, maybe it's just all the glitch stalls everywhere. Not having regular maintenance. Like I don't think we get maintenance that often anymore. Like we get it like once a month. That might be a thing. You're just about to run Palace of Oni. Oh, Palace of Oni, yeah. Yeah, it happens, man. Apparently I'm too loud. So I'll talk a little softer. I didn't even think I was talking mad. Currently in maintenance? Just told me that. What's currently in maintenance? The game? When? My Twitter didn't update. Currently in maintenance. Look at that. Well, there's your answer. But they didn't post anything on Twitter. Where'd you see the post? Was it on Facebook or was it on Twitter? Because I don't see nothing on Twitter. We're only talking about Xbox. You just tried to log in? Oh. I thought you said 6 days. It's healing. Yeah. Hopefully. Just ask them to fix Blitz at the same time. You guys want to hear like a theory as to why Blitz doesn't work? I honestly think that Blitz Oni doesn't work because we've never officially gotten an update that says here's Blitz Oni. Like we got updates that said like here's Araman, here's like Logos, here's Eldritch, here's X, Y, and Z. Like they've always officially given them. But when it came to Tiamat, we just got him. They never officially welcomed Tiamat to us. Just like how we never got Satan until just now. And I think like that's the reason why Blitz Oni doesn't work. And I think that's the reason why they don't fix Blitz Oni, because Blitz Oni's never officially been released. And the only reason Blitz Oni is in our game is because Gala came out and they were forced to update the game up until the point where Gala would work. And Gala is supposed to have Blitz Tiamat drop in it. It's supposed to have Pure Lightning Core. It's supposed to have Fusion Bear as a reward. And Fusion Bear is all fucked up. Or Fused Bear was all fucked up. All Fused Bear Gold, Fusion Bear was all fucked up. And Blitz Tiamat, they didn't drop the pure lightning cores, and rewards are all fucked up. So things are missing. I don't know if they took them out or what. They didn't put it in. Whatever. I don't know how coding works, but those are all kind of fucked up. And I think that's it's a very lame reason why Blitz Oni wouldn't work. But I really think that's the reason why Blitz Oni doesn't work. Is because we've never officially gotten it. Like, we get other things handed to us mid-update, like slipped in, but they've never been that major. It's posted on the website. Okay, cool. But yeah, that's my theory as to why Blitz Oni doesn't work, and why whenever we ask them about it, they don't like say anything, because like it hasn't been released. Why can't you see other players? Hey, Jesus. So in your options, so if you go to your options in Onigiri, you can change your render distance, the amount of characters you see, partners you see, stalls you see, effect range. What is effect display rate? What the heck is that? Turn that up. I don't know what that is. Effect display range. Oh, so that's like if someone had a storm, I wouldn't see the effect on the storm. Okay. I'll turn that up a bit, whatever. I'll turn it down to like 3. It doesn't matter. But yeah, if your character player display limit is down to 0, it's not going to show you anyone. And if it's turned up to 10, you'll see at least 10 people around you at all times. So your setting here might be lowered by default, so you can just go into your options and change it there. We will announce compensation after. Thank God. Like I was saying, the compensation should be 1,000 Nirvana tarts, 100 OC, 5 full restores, and 10 Satan tickets. I think that would be the justice to fit the crime. I think that would be good. And we're going to hold them on this one, on the maintenance. Have I tried testing if mounts show up when ridden when you have a Vanguard meter at 0? You tried testing. Mounts show up when ridden. Oh, you mean like if partner display... Well, that's the thing. Partner display can't go past 1. I've never... It's on Twitter now? Yeah, it just posted it on Twitter. You guys are on point. Yep, emergency maintenance to fix the connection issue. See, all it took was me to make a video for them to say something. Easy peasy. And they must have been like... They must have opened up their subscriptions like, oh shit, another perfect day in Onigiri. But no, I've never seen if someone's riding a mount or not. It'd be really hard to know. Yeah. Like, I've never specifically looked. I bet they would just run really... It would probably look just like they were in... like, you know when you load into a dungeon and someone's already riding their mount when you load into the dungeon and they just go? I think that's what it would be like. Man, you can have the 1 soul egg for Easter, John, but... Because that's what you get for Jibaten. And I'll get the real stuff. I'll get the squid nigiri. That's the good compensation. Mounts are randomly available through the shopping plaza. Really low rate from a platinum ball. That's how you get them. I've seen people ride on mounts. They attack. Yeah, that happens all the time. Yeah. 200 of those eggs? Nice. Me, I got like 800 of those eggs. You're gonna need them. Trust me. I am so proud of this community right now. I read their post about the maintenance. Players will be having emergency maintenance for US PS4 to fix a server-related issue. We will announce compensation for players as well after it is finished. Maintenance is expected to last approximately 1 to 2 hours. Thank you to all the users that have reported the issue to us. That's all of you guys. Everyone who reported the issue, that's you guys. That's a thanks from Onigiri to you. So proud of this community. As always, thank you for your support, and we hope to see you in game soon. There we go. Where to buy healing items that heal for more than 300 HP? You gotta level up your Moroku so he sells you better stuff. Someone is saying something about French Canadian. I am French Canadian. Je parle français. C'est facile. C'est la langue de ma mère. Puis ma langue aussi. Aussi. You want that seal? Cool. Yeah, guys, so I'll probably just change the title of this video after to emergency maintenance in like 2 hours. You know, because that's all people are going to want to know. Damn, it's going on to 2 years and 4 months since PC last had Supreme. 2 years and 4 months? Really? Like, we just had Gawain. Like, Gawain and Tristan, like, a year and a half ago? Like, not even. We had our Redux just a little while ago. You running straight to 4? Yeah. Now, just you wait. They'll have it fixed by the time Palace of Rain has its daily reset. Like, it'll be right after. Just you wait. Just you wait. That's how it's gonna go. The servers should be up in 1 to 2 hours from now. So, it's about 11... It's about quarter to 12 right now. So, in 2 hours. That's my best bet. So, 2 hours from now. That's my best assumption here. Bet. Well, guys, I think my work here is done. I made the video. We're getting the maintenance. We're getting the compensation. Yeah, that's what they said. We're getting the compensation. We're getting the maintenance. We'll be able to log in soon. Hopefully, it's adequate compensation. Because I remember when we had they messed up our login calendars and people didn't get their legendary ticket. They gave everyone a legendary ticket, and that was one of the best compensations ever. It fit the crime. It was a really, that was, to me, that was the best. That was the best. You don't want to lose your login bonus. It's lost because you couldn't log in. But poop station, yeah. But that compensation we had in November for the login calendar for the legendary ticket, that was the best compensation ever, because we vehemently expressed what was wrong and they fixed it directly, and they just gave everyone a legendary ticket. That was the best. It's not gonna be a legendary ticket again because it's not the same scales. Earlier someone asked, how do you get Yozuru tickets? Yozuru tickets they're like a bottle deposit, so every time you roll paid OC, you get a Yozuru ticket back every time you roll it. So essentially, if you wanted to buy a specific Vanguard, and you would have to roll about $565 worth of OC in order to get 180 Yozurus, or whatever it is, 170 Yozurus. That's about their approximate value, but that's how you get them. Someone asked that like 30 minutes ago, or like 50 minutes ago. I didn't answer. Completely passed over it. But yeah, that was probably the best maintenance ever. So, like I was saying, the most appropriate maintenance for this is or not maintenance but compensation. I think it's it depends on the balls as well. Maybe. I haven't looked into it that much. I thought it was 1 per ball, but you could be right. We'll have to look into it later. What is Ganryu style training? Sounds like something Miyamoto would do, but I'm not too sure. But I think for this compensation, they should give like 5 energy restores. They should give 5 energy restores, like 70 to 100 OC, because that's how much was probably lost from logging in, or 80 to 100 OC, because that's how much was lost from 2 days of login. Yeah, the OC, the restores, 10 Satan tickets, or 10 SPs, or 5 premiums, 6 legendaries, anything like that. I do EXP tickets. I don't want them. That's just you. You get the energy restores, you get your tickets. But I think that's what they need to do. Like 1-to-1, 5 restores, 100 OC, and 5 tickets, or 10 tickets, or whatever. Like if it's 1-to-1, it's literally 5 tickets, 100 OC, and 5 restores. Because that's potentially what people missed out on from the login calendars, beyond the fact of just playing for a day. And for some people that, you know, Saturday, Sunday, that's their weekend, that's their big time to game, and they kind of lost it. So there's that to it too. Someone asked something for bow users. I missed it. Sorry. How do you find good weapons? Because the level weapon that increase damage. Yeah, that weapon is like affirmative action. It's like a easy weapon to get through the game, for sure. Nothing but a repair fairy. I haven't got a repair fairy in a long time. If I threw away an unexchangeable extraction ticket yesterday, or the other day, because it took out too much space in my inventory. I threw it away. I'm like, why does this not stacking with my other extraction tickets? I just threw it away. I'm like, I'm not using this. Goodbye. Yeah. Like, that weapon's going to be a billion times better than anything you pick up until, like, 105. Sadly. But that's why it exists. Use it if you want. Use it if you don't want. It's up to you. However you want to play is how you want to play. But when it comes to bow titles, the only bow affinity titles, I think they are taken for the most part. But an element title like Usugi Kenshin still works, but you still have the one that gives 20 bow affinity, 20 spear affinity, something like that. Yeah, the Zunda weapons that they gave out, yeah. So alright guys, so that's our perfect day. We logged in, something didn't work, their game's currently in maintenance, and it should be fixed. Am I selling Thunderquake Fused? Right now I'm not. I'm working. I was supposed to be working on building Tempest this weekend, or, well, a bit this weekend, but I have a couple of people that want to buy Tempest from me, so I was supposed to be farming some Eldritch with my energy, but I haven't been able to use it. Been working a lot, but I haven't been able to use my energy for Eldritch to get some sculptures. So I currently don't have Fuse to sell. And like I have a Dancing Water Fuse has been in my stall for weeks, but no one's bought it. That's the only one I have. Until next time, thanks Neville, thanks man, thanks for the support. Thanks for all the likes in this video. I'm sure that there's 7. I haven't looked at it, but I'm assured that there's a lot. How much is a Tempest? I sell my Tempest for 2,500. I used to be 3,000, but wasn't many buyers, so I sell them for 2,500. And the only Tempests I can make are spear, axe, and sword, and sometimes bow. The sword fuse recipe? Oh, I had to go farm that. It took me like 5 runs, man. No one sells sword fuse recipe. What's the min for a Tempest? Well, the min is technically 55 because that's the chakra. But 55, be damned. Like, you got to look at it this way. How much do fuse go for? If people sell fuse from average 400 to 500 or something, like, I think the average for fuse nowadays is around 400. And a lot of people try to sell fuse for like 600 to 700. Max chakra is like 172 right now, I think. 172? Something like that. 171, 172. Shit, what was it up? Oh, yeah. Like, if fuse go for 400 to 500 to 600 per, and you'd sell a Tempest for 1,000, we'll see at the lowest. Maybe, but think about this. If fuse sell for 400 to 500 each, and a Tempest takes 3, well, that's 3 fuse right there. All the maths that go into fuse. So fuse, fuse, fuse. You're looking at 1,500 base to pay for what you're putting into it. Right? The 3 fuse anyway. You're better off, if you're gonna sell a Tempest for less than the price of 3 fuse, you might as well just try and sell 3 fuse. Honest opinion. And then you have the Horn Sculptures. 50 Horn Sculptures. That's a lot of energy. That's a lot of drops. That's a lot of boosts. To get 50 of those fuckers, not good. If you don't already have the Logos eyeballs, well, that's the same thing as Eldritch. The same farm. So take Eldritch times 2. But eyeballs have been oversaturated for many, many events, so a lot of players just swimming in them. They don't even care. I haven't farmed Logos in God knows how long. And then you have the 10 Fallen Crosses or the 3 Fallen Crosses, whatever it is. That's a lot of Fallen Crosses. And then you have Dragon, very minimal, takes some time. Then you have the 100 Marbles. Like, if you put all the pieces into the price of a Tempest, you'd be looking like if you wanted to buy every individual piece to make a Tempest or put it on a scale or something, it adds up to like 5,000 plus OC, in my opinion. Like, you know, based on the value of items. So, if you want to sell one for 2,000, that's your prerogative. If you want to sell one for 25, that's your prerogative. The first Tempests to ever be sold on console were put up for like 5,000 each. Like, they were on PS4. The first guy to sell his Tempests, he put them up in the bazaar for like 5,000. No one bought it, but he put it up for 5,000. Then he put it up for like 35, and people bought it. Like, that's how it goes. Like, once you make them, they're a lot easier to make because you're sitting on resources. But if you look at the recipe, like, frig, man, it's pretty hard. You'll probably make a Tempest by now if your Moon Mag is shit. What's a Moon Mag? What is a Moon Mag? I don't know what a Moon Mag is. A fuse? I don't know. Oh, you mean the Nubatama Neoteru? Oh, there's that too. Fuck, dude. What about I not pay you your entire paycheck? Well, you save up. You don't throw your entire paycheck into a game. You shouldn't be doing that. If your entire paycheck is $250, that's not the best paycheck. I know people have bills and stuff. I'm not trying to gripe on you or rip on you or nothing. I'm just saying. Like, you shouldn't put your entire paycheck into a game. Like, as a general thing, like, if you put like $50 every week, that's fine. You know, that's what you do. Some people go out to a club and they drink beer and alcohol and do drugs and all this stuff, and they blow that paycheck right away. You know? Like, and you don't get anything out of it. You get a good time for a day. You go to a concert, that's $100, or 2 people, or $70, whatever. You know, there's so much you can do with your money. For sure. Like, I'm pretty sure every person that plays Onigiri at one point in their life said, I'm not putting no goddamn money into a goddamn video game. Unless it's like DLC for a new map. Like microtransactions, putting real money into a game for game money. That's all stupid shit. Like, I've been there. Absolutely. Fuck off. Like, I would never do that stuff. But nowadays, games are becoming like that. And if you like a game, if what you're doing on the weekend is you're going to be playing Onigiri with your buds, a new event's out, you need restores or anything like that, or you're going to play Warframe, or you're going to play any game like that, and you need restores, you need boosts, you want to have the best experience you can get out of something you love, then you're going to put money in. But no one says that you have to buy a Tempest from me. No one says that you have to buy anything from anyone. You can go farm it yourself. I farmed everything myself. You know, sure, I put money in to make sure I can farm better, but that's like saying, well, why do I have to fucking dig? If I want the diamonds, why do I have to buy a shovel? I should be able to use my goddamn hands. Well, you can surely use your goddamn hands, but you might break them. You might hurt them. It might be better to invest in your tool and get the best tool possible. There's a reason construction crews use drills, use steamrollers, they use cranes, they use heavy machinery in order to get something the most efficient way possible. A small investment in the long run for greater return. But no, don't throw your entire paycheck into a pipe dream or into a passion or something like that, unless like miracles exist in movies. They don't exist in real life. They do, but you can't bank on it. I'm not here to say miracles don't exist, but you have to be realistic with some things. Like, and that's the whole thing. Well, if someone's entire paycheck's $250 and well they don't want to buy the whole Tempest, then buy the Fuse Max. Buy your recipe. The Tempest recipe on its own, like, farming that thing's a bitch. Like, I farmed it with metals. Like, I got the metals for it. I wasn't gonna waste all these years for that. Like, people spent months. I know a guy who's been farming Tempest for too goddamn long, and he's never got it. There's a maintenance going on right now, Sasuke. Yeah, we can't log in. But the whole notion of throwing one's entire paycheck into a game to get an item is, it's not wise. If you have savings and you're sitting on 10 grand and you worked all week and you said, I'm going to put this money towards Onigiri and I'm going to buy a Tempest, that's great. That's your entire paycheck. That's your entire paycheck. But when people bring that argument up, it sounds to me like, well, they sound like that's their entire savings. That's their entire revenue. Like, I was talking to a guy the other night and he's saying, like, he has a really good paying job. And it's the same thing, like, instead of going out to a club or going to a tavern or something and racking up a bill that you drink away, just piss your money out. I'm going to do something in a game that I work on and I'm going to work at and have a good time with my buds. Oh, there's something I can't get. It's been driving me crazy. I just need this one thing to get other things. Because Tempest is like a power level. Like once you achieve Tempest, well, now you can go walk up to Eldritch and he's not that bad. You go walk up to the next thing, it's not that bad. You're making life better. Like, it's not some big skeleton key. It's not like, you know, it's a means to an end. It's a means to do things better. Like, you know, why should I get a car if I can drive my bike to do the same thing, you know, but it's raining, it's snowing, it's too damn hot, it's, you know, XYZ. You get the car, you learn to drive the car, you pay the investment, you get the vehicle, so you can do everything better. Like, it's, you know, like you have basic mags, well, that's your running shoes, your clothes, and it's like, oh, you got 105s, so you got a bike. Oh, you got a fuse, well, now you got a motorbike. Oh, you got a Tempest, you got a car, you just cruise control through everything. Like, I don't know, I don't get the argument. I don't get it. What is farming? Farming is when you repeatedly do a dungeon aiming for a drop. So let's say something has a 10% drop chance, you don't get it the first time, you don't get it the second time, you don't get it the third time, and you keep farming that resource, so you keep continuously doing it. That's what the term farming means. So, well, mags are vehicles because it's an instrument, right? It's a power source. It's a means to an end. Like, you can't do hard things if you don't have the gear to do it. Yeah, that's what farming is. Common MMO, common RPG term. Yeah. But that doesn't make sense to me. Like, real world example, just a while ago in Farm the Heroes, a game I play outside of Onigiri, that I tend to put more money into Onigiri now because Onigiri is not giving good return. In that game, there was a unit coming up that I knew was going to have everything that I wanted, that I specifically wanted. Like, a certain character is coming out, they're going to be in a unit with other characters that are also really good. And I said, you know what, I've been working a lot this week, I'm going to put like 3 days pay into the game and I'm going to try and get this character I want like maxed out. And I did that. Like, I probably put in more than what I wanted to put in, but I did. I saved up. I said, okay, this money here is going towards this. And I did that. But that was an educated thing. Like, but if all I had was $300, let's say if everything I had was $300 and that was it, I would not be putting that into Onigiri. Like, that's not good common sense. But if you're sitting on a surplus thousands of dollars and you just made $400 for the week, because in Canada minimum wage is $10 and you work 40 hours a week, that's $400 minus your taxes, you're walking home with $300 a week. Well, if you're sitting on good savings and you want to just, you know, you want this thing now, then to do it, go for it. But just don't spend recklessly. Like, I've never been one to live paycheck to paycheck, God bless, but I don't think it's wise to put it into a game, if that was the case. Skillforce Mags. I'm missing comments. I'm sorry, I'm ranting and I'm missing comments. Let me try and pull up. I have to mute my computer because it'll probably. The last video I watched on YouTube was a surprise motherfucker video. And I don't want that to just load up as I'm looking something up. I believe we should be able to get everything in game within the game. Yeah. We technically can, but we also technically cannot. Like, anything locked behind paid OC is locked behind paid OC, but anything else you can potentially get it with free OC if you talk about the Neon Koropan, but everything else you can in a way. Like, I get what you're saying, absolutely. The only thing is, like Blaster Kid's saying, is Sublimes and characters like Ho-Oh, Toshi, like some of those characters that are just not available in the free lineup. And on PC, they actually did an update, or on Switch, I think, Switch or PC, they had an update where Sublime is on PC. Sublimes were in the free OC lineup, so eventually they did come over, and I think they had a lineup where a unit where Sublime Ogies were available in the free OC section, which would be an amazing unit to roll if you just needed Sublimes and they're there. I don't know what the odds are, I don't know what the chances are, but it's still a possibility. But yeah, I agree with you. Everything should be attainable, to everyone. The new Ogies will also be free? Will they? Cool. That's sweet. Because there are 8 new Sublimes coming. So they're going to be in the free section too. Fantastic. But I am missing comments, and that is bugging me. So let me open up this stream. Because I feel like some comments are really good, and I'm just not seeing them. Yeah, Blaster Kid saying, without Element or Skill Force Mags, you're weak in the game. Dang it, why? I'm just trying to read a comment. Go away. Yeah, it's not a typical... Actually, absolutely. Like, Onigiri, like, level doesn't mean anything. It's all weapons, Magatama, and accessories, things like that. Yeah. I said I was going to be gone, but then we got into a topic about goddamn paycheck. Hey, there's 10 likes. Thanks, guys. Thanks. I saw it. But yeah. Like, I don't ever want to, like, I don't want to say this like a mom. I don't ever want to see this, but I don't ever want to hear a story of someone who put all their savings into Onigiri and they got nothing and now they're poor and broke. And it's like, that's like a gambler's addiction. Like, that's a thing. Like, I laugh when I go to my casino in my town and I see government posters about you need help with gambling and stuff. Like, I get it, but like, I've been there, but I'm not that crazy. Like, it's not like it's a real thing. Like, gambling as an addiction. Same thing with Alcoholics Anonymous. Rehab. Like, it's a thing, and it happens. And to be honest, in games like Onigiri, the gambling is more compelling than it would be in real life, because money is just money. But in this game, like, it's progress. It's something you can measure on a scale, something you can observably see. Like, usually, unless you're winning a jackpot at a lottery machine or like the actual lottery, or you're just going to a casino to play the one-armed bandit, like, you might turn $10 into $200, and that's fantastic. It's not world-changing. It's not life-changing. But, like, in Onigiri, you have a direct correlation to what you get from the gambling to your actual performance. Like, money's money. Like, unless you're winning, like, millions or 10 grand or, like, big fucking numbers, it's not making that much of a difference. Unless you're on your last $5 and it turns into 1,000. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not that crazy. It's just money to money. Exactly. But for like, if you have a good paying job, let's say, and you work your 40 hours a week, you're coming home with, in 2 weeks, you're coming home with, like, over $1,000 every 2 weeks, let's just say. So in a month, you're making, like, close to $2,000-ish, somewhere in that range. Like, if it's like Canada, let's say $10 an hour, 40 hours a week, and then there's overtime. Like, the average person should be getting $1,000 or more dollars a month, let's say, depending on your circumstances. That's before all your deductions of rent, life expenses, bills, all that stuff. Then you have whatever's left for your groceries, like, where was I going with this? Like, to the average person, like, if you go to the casino and you win $1,000, well, you just got like a month worth of time because money is really like time in a way. Like time is money, as they say. So what you put into it, what you get out of it. So if a casino, if you win like $1,000 or whatever, you're gambling. Well, yeah, you've just turned money into more money, and it's just time. It's more available to you. It might be, oh, I can now afford that new game. I can now afford that new thing, but like in the grand scheme of things, it's a drop in the bucket compared to working. A lot like how I listen to a bunch of pro gamers like Zero for Smash Brothers and stuff, and he's openly said that, yeah, you can go be a pro gamer at a game, and you can go to tournaments, and if you win those big tournaments, or you come in top 8, you get a prize pool back, and let's say you win like 20 grand first place or something like that. Well, that's great, but you're not going to win every major in the year. Like, it's sort of like a lottery, but it's a skill lottery. It's a tournament, right? It's a prize pool. He said, like, logically, you don't have to put in any work at all into your own skill, and you could just go get a job at McDonald's and work there for the entire year, and, you know, you'll take in more money on average than you would just going in there. Where's the conversation gone? The conversation's gone into gambling addiction versus, like, working, like, just talking numbers, basically. People are listening, so it must have some truth to it, but, you know, it's like, the main point is, and I've gone on enough, like, don't put your whole money savings into onigiri, and the dangerous thing about gambling in onigiri, rolling, is that it has a direct observable impact on your virtual, you can call it virtual progression, your virtual life, your stats, whatever. But if you roll and you roll $200 and like you get 2 Vanguard accessories, well, now your character is now infinitely better, and you've gotten a new Vanguard and now you're infinitely better. It's direct observable enhancement, you know. That doesn't, like, Sin's right. It doesn't have to be in game. Don't spend money you don't have. Literally, most people go into debt, and you can't go into debt unless you don't spend money you don't have. Straight up, like, that's it. Don't spend money you don't have. A lot of people, they have credit cards on credit cards. And it's a bad thing. Poverty is a bad thing. Like, it might not even be poverty. It's financial irresponsibility. It could be any number of reasons, but like, hopefully if you're in a position like that, you're doing it for the right reasons, you know. Like, if it's for groceries, keeping a rule over your head, roof, not a rule, like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. If it's to maintain your life and your well-being, then yeah, you do what you have to do to survive. But if it's for superfluous stuff, like rolling in a video game, buying a new video game, you know, doing something else, then at that point, you know, then you shouldn't spend money you don't have. Like, just because you, like, wants versus needs, basically. Like, if onigiri is ever like, that's usually when an addiction's bad, is when you're doing something so compulsively, or you feel you need to, and it's a want and not a need, and you equate your needs to your wants. That's when you have an addiction. Like, that's the first sign of having an addiction. Like, if you do something all the time, and if you don't do it, you literally feed you, like, you feel the need. If you feel that your wants are becoming your needs and your needs are becoming your wants, like, that's the first signs of an addiction. It is pretty straightforward stuff, yeah, but it's usually the easy stuff that's straightforward that you lose track of when this shift changes. Like, me personally, I'm a very addictive person. Like, if I like something, that's all I want. Like, if I like something, like, that's what I want. Like, when I go to, like, the casino, like, when I say I go to the casino, I don't go to gamble. I go to have a buffet. They have an amazing buffet. And when I go there, I just get the things I want. I don't get potatoes and rice with my stuff. Like, if I go there, I'm getting my pork chops, I'm getting some roast beef, I'm getting some gravy, I'm getting the potato salad I like, I'm eating that, and then I'm getting some ice cream, and then I'm getting some more ice cream, and I'm getting some more ice cream because it's all soft serve. Like, it's self-serve, you go do it. Like, if I like a new dessert, I'm gonna have a lot of that dessert. If I like some juice, I'm gonna drink a lot of juice. Like, if I like a one thing, I go into it. Like onigiri. If I like onigiri, I'm gonna play onigiri for 2 years straight. As long as it keeps feeling rewarding, I like it, I do it. Like that's what I am. Like, if I'm not someone who like I would binge a show. Like, I'm like that. Like, I spent like 2 years just watching show after anime. Like, I would just watch a show, cool, next day watch another show. Like, you know, I'm that kind of person. More like a big in-game shop between everyone. Yeah, but Solbasha, it's one of those things where the trading that we have with stalls, it's not the best trading, but it's our trading. It's what we have. If conventional trading existed in Onigiri, what would you give for a lunar spirit seal? Item to item, that's a problem. Because a lunar spirit seal, you'd have to give like a fused recipe to your dignity. I think that would be on par. Like, a lunar spirit seal, you would have to trade things on par with it. So you'd have to trade like a Nubatama, Neoteru, Hisakata, things like that, or a fused recipe, things that are semi-precious to the person that have it. You know, like, and that's why money works, because you need a lunar spirit seal. You sell a guy an attack star fused recipe. You need another lunar spirit seal. You try to sell him or trade him an attack star fused recipe. He doesn't need it anymore, but you still need the seal. You know, like, that's why money works. Like, that's why value works. But if we did have a conventional trading system, like a seal, you'd have to trade it for like Nubatamas and stuff. Like, the market, it probably is, but if you want a market to devalue, it has to be in abundance. If everyone's selling 105 mags at a price of like 60 to 80 OC, then you can't sell one for 100. You can't sell one for 150. You can only sell it for what is in range. Like, it's the same. That's how monopolies happen. Like, an exploitation, inflation happens. Like, a prime example. Oh, on PC you mean? Like, real world example is that X-ray machines, like it's very, very easy for someone to just buy an X-ray machine, buy the stuff to make it work, and just sell X-rays for, or do X-ray procedures for like a fraction of the price it would take at a hospital. But because only hospitals and like certified physicians have access to X-ray machines, they can charge whatever price they want. But if someone else came into that market and started selling X-rays for, or doing the procedure for a very slow price because they don't care, well, then no one's going to go to the hospital to do it. They're going to go just to that guy. And then that guy's going to use that money to buy more X-ray machines and do it for cheaper, or do it with more capacity without a waiting list. Like, that's like that's free market capitalism. You know, you charge what you want for it. And then if the other people can't compete because what you're doing, then you win. So, and what Question Marks is saying is that on PC, fuse go for 200, temps go for 1500, and seals are min. Well, that's because they're in overabundance. On PC, the players, for the most part, are a lot better than in PS4 players. They're a lot more robust in their activities, in their farming. Like, they're a lot of them are top tier players. So the more the more people that run Palace Oni regularly, the more people that have the resources to do stuff regularly. Well, if one guy's trying to sell a fuse mag for 800, and you have Joe 131 over here, and he's selling fuse for 200 or 300. Well, if it's a skyrunning fuse and they're both the same mag, no ornamentations on them, if they're both readily available, no one's going to buy the skyrunning for 800 when they can buy the skyrunning for 200. And then the guy who's selling it for 800 has to reevaluate himself and say, well, shit, I'll drop it to 300 and see how that goes. And then the only time the guy who's selling it for higher is only going to make that sale if the other person isn't around as an optional choice and the person wants to do it. But if the other person is accustomed to buying that item for X amount and he only wants to pay X amount for it and everyone else is overcharging for it, then he's only going to buy it from that one source. But that can only happen if there's an abundance of it. If it's selective, and like right now on PS4, Tempests are not in the market. Like, it's a very select person who's going to buy it or make it. Like, I've only seen Tempest go on sale from like 4 or 5 different people. Like, and they all charge about the same. But if like right now, 105s, like, you can't sell a 105 for more than like 100 or more than 80 because everyone's making 105s. Like, everyone, it's so abundant. You can't charge that much. And at once upon a time, fuse were like crazy everywhere. And fuse would go from, at the beginning, fuse were like 200. But then people started running low on their resources for fuse. Like, I started running low on my resources for fuse, let's say. And so then the resources become more precious because people had a bunch of it at the beginning, but as they sold them, the resources dwindled and they're not farming the stuff back. So now they had to charge more. So then you started seeing the fused go up in price to 300 to 400 to 500 because now the player had to go back, refarm those materials, and then make another one and pump it out. So they had to become the supplier and the seller at the same time. So once they sell their initial stock, that happens. So that's why I usually see, like, when a new product comes out, it's in abundance, but then after a couple weeks, it's harder to get that item, like if it's a new console or something. But then in a few months, you can get it more. You can get it more readily available, especially with like Switches, PS4s. Like in the beginning, they were everywhere, or Select, whatever. Like they were there. But then as things go on, the stores only supply a set amount. So, like it'd be like, you know, if. Yeah, the level cap is 135 right now. But yeah, like if we had a true system of trade, it would be that, like, let's say I have all the fused recipes. No, recipes are like having a factory, having the machines to make whatever the product is. So I have all the recipes to make everything. I have all the moon drops. I have, you know, stuff. And then I'm in need of moon mags. So I know a guy who loves running moon stuff, and he gets mags all the time. So I say, hey, friend, you know, I'll pay you like 100 OC for every moon mag you farm. And then he's like, okay, cool. And then this guy, he farms 4 Neoteros. You buy the 4 Neoteros for like 100 OC each, right? Let's just say. And then you use those to make 4 fuse, and then the 4 fuse sell, and you sell the fuse all for, you know, 200-300 or whatever it is. Then you make your return on it. You take some money from your return, you put it into paying him for more stuff, and that's how business practice works. You know, generally, whenever you sell a product for 50% or 40% of a product's value is used to recreate the product so that it replaces itself. So you take home half the money from selling it, and you spend half of that money to replace the item. And then eventually that just goes on and on until you're able to like have it completely automated. But that's just economic. Like, the Onigiri doesn't work like that. We're not paid to do it. But that's how it would go if we did have a supply and demand sort of thing. I think Switch goes to 135, but I have no idea. Yeah. You'd be willing to give a seal for a Tempest if the guy agrees to it? Absolutely. Why not? Fuck. That's a great deal. It's not like the guy has a mag that has 3 seals inside of it, not to mention everything else. Absolutely. Like, there's actually a video online, it's on fee.org, and it talks about an art collector who wants, like, this weird toaster art with, like, a spoon sticking out of it, and the guy's like, I'll pay you $2 million for that, and someone comes up and says, that's a hunk of junk. Why would you pay for that? And it eventually leads to the conclusion that, like, everything means something different to someone else. So someone might value an item at a high value because of their personal need, but someone else who has no desire for it thinks it's just worthless. It's garbage. Like, let's say your parents don't play games and you go buy DLC and they think, why would you put money in this game? It's completely useless. Go do something else. Go buy something, alcohol or whatever. Go buy something of actual value. But usually when someone watches a transaction like that, they think, well, that's stupid. Why the fuck would you do that? But to the people involved in the trade, it's a meaningful thing to them. Like, prime example, women spend so much on their looks, makeup, hair, dresses, shoes, you name it. And a guy looks at that like, why the fuck are you spending, like, all this money on makeup? Like, I'm still gonna bang you at the end of the day. Like, it doesn't matter to me. But to the person doing it, buying it, partaking in it, it does matter. Their appearance matters. How the world looks at them, it matters in this specific, scenario. So, but to the onlooker, it's like, well, this is chaos. I don't get it. You're wasting your money. In some situations, you might be, but it's your money, right? If this product, whatever this activity, whatever you're paying money for, has value to you, then it has value to you. They are doing a maintenance stuffy there. But to someone else, it has no value. And that's why people don't understand and people get into fights. Like, what the fuck? But the problem is that money has a value, but what money's used on values differently to different people. And that causes a lot of arguments a lot of times. For sure. And all this started because someone wanted to put their entire paycheck into Onigiri. It depends. If you value your paycheck at Onigiri, then you do. But if it's your entire savings, that's a different situation. Yeah, it's still in maintenance. Am I streaming until it comes on? I don't plan to. I had said I was going to leave like 25 minutes ago. But then someone had to go and say something. And I had to go into full economics mode. But yeah, like, to my friends, I've sold them steels for min, moon mags for min, lots of stuff for min, because they have a value to me. I want them to have stuff, like, but if it's just someone I don't care about, or, just someone who's a person at my stall, someone who wants to do business with me, I sell them for the price I would sell things to them at. Like, there's a personal price and then there's an everyday price, for sure. Exactly, it's to help people. Friendship, that's right. Like, I remember one time Eva needed some piercing stones, and that's a bitch and half the farm. I'm like, I have 200 piercing stones. Just take them. Take them for min. I'll stack. I don't care. Just take them. Like, some things like that happen. Like, but if it's someone else that came up to me and said, oh, I want some piercing stones, I'd be like, okay, motherfucker. Like, these are my piercing stones. You know what I'm saying? Like, it depends who you're dealing with, what you're dealing with, what it matters to you. Like, there's so many facets to what people do with their money. What people won't do with their money. You have a lot of questions? Okay. Yeah, the game's still in maintenance right now. You have a 50 skill force bow mag down the board. Okay. Your goal is to assist and to bring balance to the game. Give all players 500 OC. Well, that, I mean, I'll take it, but it's not gonna do anything. I mean, it might. For me, 500 OC doesn't do shit. Well, it could, but to someone else who needs restores or they need to buy Genai, it means the world to them. Different perspectives, man. Like 500 OC, that's your Genai. Do I know when it'll be up? It'll probably be up in about an hour and a half, Robert. If that's late for you, then stay up for it if you want. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's up to you. Yeah. Is my phone charging? How charged is it? 83%. God damn. Hey, Harry. They said we're going to be getting compensation in their message, so hopefully we do. Hopefully we do. 13 likes, I appreciate it, guys. That's one for every 2 people watching this stream. That's fantastic. I like getting likes on things. If conventional trading? Yeah, like I think gifting would be super good. I love the idea of gifting stuff. Like, just give someone something. I like that a lot. Like to buy some tarts? We can't sell tarts, sadly. If we could sell tarts, we would literally use our energy on one character to get stuff, to get tarts, and then get an alt, use all their energy for tarts, and then just sell it to each other's friends. Like, we would just do that. Yeah, when you use embers, it gives it. Yeah, that triggers the seal. Yeah, I found out about it. And then recently they announced that they're making the condensation. They announced that they're doing it the Purgatory Levin, and everyone like on this Facebook group I'm in, they're all like, "Oh my God, the Levin," and I'm just like, "You didn't think they're not gonna make it?" Like, I knew from day one they were gonna make the Nova, Sleet, and Levin. Like, get out of here. But they're gonna be on rotation. They're doing it like a Void Trader kind of thing. Like every month, I think they're gonna have one Purgatory weapon be up for 1 week of that month, so that people who are bored with events or whatever, they have something to do. So yeah, they nerfed it a bit. Apparently, they nerfed all the Sublime. Well, not all the Sublimes, but some of them. But yeah, Tidal Sublime on that, gonna be good. Embers do really good too. But yeah, Tidal Wave Sublime's gonna be super good on that for sure. Absolutely. Okay, all of your Mations. Your flight is delayed. Yeah, the servers have been down for like 20 hours, man. For a long period of time. Servers have been down. They should be up in an hour and a half. The 135 Abyss Void. Oh, I'd be down. 135. And they also buffed the attack for the 133s. They buffed their attack so that they're stronger than the other side. I read that the other day. Because their attack being the same as the other side was kind of meh for a lot of people. But I don't care. I just want every weapon. Like, every high level weapon. Well, we can't lose our data. Our data's on server side. Alright, so I think we talked about everything I wanted to talk about. If anyone has any last questions they'd want to ask or any concerns about Onigiri, anything at all, you know, come forward with it and I'll try to answer things as best I can. You know, Because we got a lot of people here. Maintenance isn't going to be happening for a while. That's probably why you guys are here, because you can't play Onigiri. You have a question? Sure, man. What is your question? Also, your Odachi guy... My Odachi guy is probably really old. Do I like pina coladas? I don't drink alcohol. So, by default, I do not like alcoholic beverages. Who... Your waifu, your character. My waifu character is Rias Gremory. Like, that's my favorite anime character ever. Like, she's my favorite. Second is, like, Camilla from Fire Emblem. I got every Camilla in Fire Emblem now. Oh, I'm so happy. In Heroes, anyway. How do you get better weapons than the level 1 weapons that increase damage? You have to level up. You'd have to level up to like 105 or 110 or 113, and you would have to get weapons at that level. Because those starting weapons, so long as you apply the proper stat points to use them into your weapon, into your character, those weapons are going to be stronger than everything up until that point. Everything up until like 110, 113, 108 is going to be weaker than those weapons. Now we're getting a lot of questions. I have to open up the full stream so I can read them. Woo! Alright. Okay, so that's that one. What monster myth would I put in Oni and why? That's a good question. So, like, as a boss character, what monster myth, god kind of thing? I would love to see, just off the top of my head, I would love to see a Quetzalcoatl. Like the Aztec dragon. That'd be really cool. I'd like to see just a bunch of dragons, like a bunch of things. Like, we do have a big sea serpent. That's really cool. I'd like to see a big dinosaur, like an ancient Oni or something like that. Thanks for subscribing, Point Blank. Appreciate it. Like, I know we have Tiamat, who's a dragon, but I'd like to see like a big like Tyrannosaurus motherfucker. Like, he'd be kind of cool. Sort of like a monster, like a big fucker. And then Quetzalcoatl would be really cool. Because as much as I want to put them in the game, it's also a fight too. So a flying enemy would kind of be fun too. Like, we've had Beelzebub, but like a flying enemy that has like a grounded hitbox, sort of like the fish. Like a wyvern would be cool too. Like a big fucking phoenix would be fun to fight too. A lich queen would be fun to fight. Like someone who summons the undead and they have a weapon that lets you summon. It gets a unique ogres. That'd be really cool. Like a lich, like a necromancer. Like a dark evil queen that you fight, but you also go to the vanguard later because yes. But that'd be really sweet. A giant gold Daruma. I want to fight a giant gold Daruma. Tons of things. There's so much they could do. Like, Satan's like my favorite. So Satan, Lucifer, like they're awesome. A final form for Lucifer I want to see. But we got a lot of questions here. So, I got a big question here from Connor. Hi, I got a question. Does character type make a difference in stats? Like, say, Twin Sword, for instance. Daring and Cautious is the main type for them. Would it be kind of bad to use... Would kind be bad. So, player type does matter to a degree. So, Onigiri is going to work in an hour and a half-ish. But like if you're daring, you're going to have more dexterity than if you were power. If you were power, your dexterity would be lower. So if you were a power type, it wouldn't be optimal to play twin sword or bow. But if you're a dex type, it would be optimal to play twin sword or bow. If you were defensive, then you're going to have more vitality. Like if you're kind, you're going to have more mind. Then you'd have like wisdom or cautious or things like that. So each of them min-max a certain stat that you're going to use. So arguably speaking, then you would want to do If your bow were twin, then you'd want to be daring as opposed to something else. It's not the end of the world, but it's just something you do for min-maxing your build to have more attack, essentially. Does increasing wisdom increase the SP regen of staff? It does, to a degree, but it's not... You're better off eating an SP item than you are charging with a staff. Like, late game, you can just buy a chrysanthemum and eat 800 SP. Hop, nom nom nom, hop, nom nom nom. It's such a... Like, you could charge with the staff, but it's not that big of a thing to focus on. Yeah, like... Yeah, if you're twin sword or bow, yeah, go dex, then power, then go on. So someone said we can log in. I'm going to try again to log. Oh my god, we can log in. Yeah, you can reset stats. Oh, there we go. It's up now. Woohoo. So now I have to change the title to Onigiri's Up. Another perfect day in Onigiri, guys. Thanks Scythe for the mention. I'm going to grind. Oh my god, so much hypeness. I didn't get... Well, no, the conversation's gonna come later. Like, their priority is going to be, okay, get the shit back up and running. You know what I'm saying? The conversation will probably come at a later date, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. Hopefully. You know, Aya from Discord told you. Cool. Thank Aya for hitting the X button repeatedly. Motherfucker. My reset calendar. Ah. No, look, boost 4. Ah. Everyone should be on boost 4 right now, unless they logged in somehow. Chihiru. So many people logging in. So many people. Mundus, Shinra, Christian, Nimbleton. Who the fuck? There's a stall. Wait, we didn't get a maintenance. Wait, we did get a maintenance. Christian, this Christian stall. You're on the moon. Look at all these stalls. This person logged in already? Really? This person is that adamant to get their stall up and put these overpriced shit up? God damn. We're all NA. Lucia. We're all NA. We're all NA. We're all NA. Oh. Sure is laggy. But cool to see everyone log in. He's eating son. Did I? No. Did this reset? I reset it. I'm like, did this reset? I reset it. For twin sword, yeah, you go full dexterity, then you go power, then you go mind. It's still laggy though. You opened your stall too? Cool. Let's see how quick, if that guy's already on it, let's see how quick they're going up here. Wow, they're going pretty quick. We can probably just sit up here and watch them all. Level 3, this guy just started playing. Where do you get mounts, by the way? From we get mounts from the Neon Korriban. I mean, if you ever wanted to watch the scammers do anything, now would be the time, because the server just had a fresh reset. So you get to watch them come in their alts and put down stalls. If you wanted to. Because overpowered weaponry, who's that? That's me! Oh, but that's not me. So now, here's your goddamn proof that that's not me. Because I didn't do it. They have an apostrophe in their name. If it's excited. Gargoyle assist? Yeah, they're really good. Oh, yeah. Togayashi. Hatsune Miku. Yup. Exactly. You have the Gargoyle Lance Ogi skills? They're really... Jeez. You did a lot, Soul. They're really good. Ifrit, you're going crazy, man. I'm gonna put my stall down. Yeah. Get my stuff. Oh my god, there's my ticket from the other day. I didn't grab it. Can you show standard partner's possession? What does that mean? Up to you, Blue, if you want to. Up to you. What was I gonna do? Oh, yeah. Settings. Oh, Venus, Siegfried, Val... So, the standard possession partners? Oh, they're Venus and Siegfried and Valkyrie and Azura. If you want to look at their outfit, I mean, that's what they look like. Siegfried, Venus, Kieran. Hello. But yeah, they're acting quite quick. Fast as fuck, yeah. Yeah, I'll just sit here. Just stand here, and every time a new stall comes up, you just open up your player list, look at their PSN name, write it down. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Why does Palace always give up crowd zeniths? It's random. Like sometimes you get 30 and most times you get like nothing. And usually when it comes to zeniths, like you only have to worry about the bronze number. Yeah, there is one there, yeah. Oh, I got a friend invite. How do you accept? Did it work? I don't think it worked. There it is. Hey, Divine. So the servers are back up. They've been down for a while. Oh, you're Nia? Cool, Sion. Cool. Lemley. Hi, Lemley. You're Hanakami? Cool. Oh, hi. How you doing? Ah. Sion, do you have a mount? 'Cause someone asked this question earlier. Like, if I don't have mounts visible, but if someone rides a mount, am I able to see it? I don't... It's a good question. Because we could test that right now. Like, if someone comes on stream, and they have a mount, and they ride the mount, am I able to see the mount? That's a good question. Oh yeah, I'm an Easter bunny right now. I'm an Easter Oro. They're going to give us a present because the server's being down? They said they're going to give us compensation. I don't think it's going to happen right now. Obviously, it didn't happen right now. But they said they're going to do it. So... That's a name. I wouldn't be able to whisper that person if I tried. I would not be able to whisper that person if I tried. The Lex of the Nis. You should save the Ogi. It's a good Ogi, but good on a wood weapon. You can't see anyone on my game, but I can see me on your stream. So you got to go into your settings and change your render settings. So if you go into system, someone's on their mount. I can see people on their mounts. There you go. So that's the answer. If you have nothing, if you have no, well, I mean, might as well open it, right? So if we go into channel, not channel select, settings. So if your partner, if your character display number is 5 or if it can go down to 1 and it only shows you. So if your setting is really low, then you cannot look at everything. So if you want to see more people, put the number to like 5 or 10 or anything like that, and you'll be able to see more characters, more players. It might be really low by default, or just sometimes things change. But that's all you got to do. And sometimes, if ever you have a really bad PS4 crash, and like sometimes save data does get lost. And for Onigiri, if your save data gets lost for Onigiri, all that is going to be your option settings, because that's internal, that's player side. However, your character and all that is the other side, server side. It's on 10, and you can't see anyone? That's really weird. Render distance, anything at all. Yeah, you might have to restart. But I've never experienced that problem at all. Never mind. They're sitting down. So while we started the stream, just talking about it not being up, 21 likes. I really appreciate it, guys. That's a lot of likes. It's great. You turned it to 9 and it worked? Fantastic. Glad we could solve that problem. Ho, 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 ho. How do you increase movement speed? You have to use accessories that give you movement, or Magatamas that give movement, or you have to use moves like Rapid Storm that increase your movement speed. My player count is like not the same. He's T-posing, or she's T-posing. Like, look at Ifrit. He's doing great. He's running faster than the whole goddamn game. Yo, everybody. See, right now, the scammers that usually fill this place with all their stuff, like, they would, Right now they'd be logging into multiple characters to put their stuff down. But every time there's a server reset, they have to do this over and over and over again. So literally, if we had like a maintenance every day, it'd be gone because people would just get pissed off and give up. Or they're just spending their entire time doing it and doing it every single day. And I think that is a beautiful hell that I wish upon them. But them's the breaks. Because we already saw like 3 of them come up. And the reason why it's here is because new players spawn here. And they look around, oh look, overpowered stuff. Let's get that stuff. That's why it's always up here. It's why it's so laggy on channel 1 and all that. So I don't usually live on channel 1 at all. We're having like a party, like everything's working again. Kind of missed Onigiri. I haven't played it in a while. In a while at all. But now we only got like a couple days. Wow, what are you doing? The bow looks like it's like between your legs. It's weird. You're asking how do you party glitch? I get why they put it there, but I doubt it's for... You'd be surprised. Like, if anything sells that is a complete scam, then it's successful. Like, they have nothing to lose because they're putting in garbage materials. What's the compensation gonna be? Hopefully tickets in your stores. Like, but you'd be surprised, man. Like, we think that way. That's common sense, but it happens. Apparently, someone told me in my Discord that there is a guy who loaded in. He said, "I'm gonna be OP at this game." He put in like $100 and rolled and got completely shit on, and he just quit. Like, some people are like that, you know. Like, if you play a new game and you like it, it's like, oh shit, okay, I like this game. I want to play this game. I want to be good at this game. And you drop that investment and you go in. It's more commonplace now than it was years ago. A foreign concept to me in 2015, and now it's a commonplace concept in 2019. Like, believe it or not, absolutely. Let's ride together, not right now. About to be one repair fairy. You realize you, is it? Okay. It's a 2.5 hour stream, boys. Oof. Open my own stall. I'm just trying to leave the menu. How to increase base damage? So... Please don't crash me. So for base damage, you have to have Magaton. Like, base damage, you have to have your affinity high from leveling up your main stats. I use spears, so I use vitality. So that's going to boost my affinity. So my base attack, whenever I pick up a spear, any spear at all, my base attack is going to be 11,000 attack. So then my spear has a base attack of, or a total attack of 24,357, and when I equip it, my attack jumps up to 60,000, even though its base is 24, because of my accessories, because of my Magatamas, because of my affinity, because of attack percent, because of all these buffs. That low 24 is almost tripled at 60,000. You think there are even just accidental phases from like tired or careless people? Accidental purchases? Oh, maybe, yeah. Yeah, I bought something for the wrong price once because I thought it was something. Absolutely, that happens. Absolutely. 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 Yeah. When Lyra and I are both low HP and we use Satan, like he's got like 300 more attack than me, but we're at like 10,800 attack or something, like, or 100,000. Sorry, it's like, oh, we get super strong with Satan. I find it funny that ever since we came up here, no more stalls have come. It's like they're watching, waiting for us to go away. You're invisible? You're not invisible to me. I don't think. Well, I can only display 10 people, and if it's like all 10 of them. Oh my god. He's like, oh my god, look, the game's working. This is great. You see me. Woohoo. Do I recommend Burai? I recommend Heavenly Shield ornamented Burais, but apart from that, I generally don't recommend Burai. Like, it has its uses, but I don't think it's more useful than just Raw Element. Like, I don't think it's more useful. Yeah, I don't think it's more useful than Raw Element. Well, Experience Boost doesn't... Oh, from dungeons? I don't know. Like, I would rather wear 3 Tempests and a Sparrow than 2 Tempests, an Element Burai, and something else that I can fit in. Like, affinity is your attack before you equip a weapon. Like, if I have 10,000 spear affinity and I equip a spear that has 1 attack, my attack is now 10,001 because I'm just that good with a spear that it doesn't matter what attack the weapon has, you get that base affinity plus. So it's weapon strength. So weapon strength plus affinity is your attack. Then if your weapon's at plus 100, you're getting that 10% attack boost. If you have accessories, then you're getting more percent attack boost, so like 10, 20, 15%. And then if you have Magatamas that give attack like Tempest or the Burai, or any combination of those things, or even the weapon itself, those are going to affect your total attack. And then on top of that, you can get like a strike boost from someone, or a straight attack percent buff from a support character like Satan or Gargoyle. That's basically how attack's calculated. I sometimes wear 2 Tempests, a Cielo, and a Sparrow. I sometimes do that because it's actually really good. Right now I'm wearing, like, I would rather wear a Chiami over a Burai any day. Because if I'm not going to be wearing 3 Tempests or 3 Fuse or something like that, then I'm trying to do something different. And, like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, no, Azura, do not DC us. Stop. Thanks. Thanks. And I don't see his mount. Yeah, if the Lucifer dolls are better than nothing, then put them on. For sure. You know, like, the accessories from this event are legit just better than nothing, in my opinion. Like, for the most part, most paid accessories are better than the accessories from this event, but in the long run, they're not as good as ones you would get with a Vanguard like Miyamoto, with whenever a character comes with their accessory, it's generally better. Unless it doesn't have attack percent on it, then these accessories are actually better in most cases. You have Kieran and Satan. Yeah, I saw the Kieran. It's cute. I never got Kieran myself, but yeah. Christian accessories, some crosses. You mean Kiritan? Kiritans are okay. Yeah. Zonko's a good accessory too. I never got any of them though. Yorimitsu's accessory is good? Cool. Akano is Seuss. I don't know what Seuss is, but cool. You don't benefit from it? Okay, cool. Like fake, you has quotes and Akano has quotes. What? I'm so confused. How long do you think it would take to make 3 attack stars? A long time. Like, sorry for yawning. Attack star takes a while because one, the accessory doesn't take that long to get actually. The accessory is really easy to get. Or not the accessory, the recipe, sorry. The recipe for attack star is easy to get. The hardest part about getting the attack star is you have to farm field bosses to get the watermelon. Deals. Who's putting these deals? I want to look at the deals. These are some good deals. Overpriced stalls. This is also a good stall. You're gonna farm? Alright, good luck, man. Have some fun. Or, not man. What was it? Not man, female. Your dating rooms? Can I look at them? Profile. I think they're really cool. Yeah, the only thing I would say is you gotta get them to plus 100. I think they're not, if they're not plus 100, you gotta get them plus 100. I think they're plus 90, I don't know. I can't read. But the only thing is that Collapsing Blade 7 should be on the top, not in the middle. And that's where this weapon fails. No, that's so stupid. No, it's fine. It's perfect. Like, what more do you want it to do? It's great. You got the dark Ogies, you got the dark skills. You just got to get some dirt on it for sure. I don't think they're at plus 100 because I don't see 10% attack. I think they're at plus 90. I don't know. I can't read because the name is so goddamn long. Is your dex high enough to get the bonus? Is your dex high enough? Your dex is high enough. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Momij's Megs. That's a cool title. There's no Megs here. Oh, there are some Megs here. Cool. There's no Megs. No Megs. This is a cool little group of people we have here. That's cool. It's a good way to spend our login in celebration. Y'all got any anime to recommend? I haven't watched anime in a while. Right now I was gonna say Paradise Lost. The Promised Neverland's pretty hot right now. There's a show about the Shield hero. High School DxD is great. You think someone bought your Raretsu? Cool. Dororo. Someone's saying ReZero. Lots of good anime. I watch a lot of anime. Toradora. Zetsu no Tempest? Never heard of it. There's one show that came out and I can't remember the name of it. I wanted to watch it because the character looked cool in it. Like, that's all it takes for me. Is if a character looks cool, then like if I see a character or something that looks cool, then I might want to go watch a show or I see one clip. That's the kind of person I am. Like, I gotta see a clip or something. Do I have an extra Gale recipe? I do not. Plastic memories? I think... Now, I like plastic memories, but... I think when it comes to plastic memories, only watch the first episode of Plastic Memories. Like, I think episodes 2 through 11 of Plastic Memories do more harm than good. I think nothing is really achieved in the last episodes of the show. I think the first episode was heart-wrenching, was delivered everything it needed to do, and it was fantastic. But the rest of Plastic Memories kind of dragged on, and it was kind of nihilistic by the end of it, and it really detracts from the impact the first episode had. In my honest opinion, like, I really like Plastic Memories, but I like the first episode of it, but I think everything else just doesn't... It's like watching... I mean, I can't really go into it without spoiling it, but it's kind of futile. I found the episodes very futile. Very, very futile. I found them. Anyway, that's what I found. I read the One Piece manga. I don't really read many mangas nowadays. It's still in Stiffy mode? What's that song? Real Stiggy, Stiffy, That's that song. Stiffy, that's what makes me think of. Cheap Fuse Mag, hold up, I'm your buyer. What do you got for me? Fuck, I'm being undercut. I'm being undersold. Oh, what's this? Isolated guy. They're usually down here too. Sakaki. That's the guy. One right there too. What is it? Scott. God damn it, Scott. These are some expensive rhymes. Oh my god. Did we crash? I think we crashed. Yeah. Those prices crashed me. Nope, can't. Yeah. I'm crashed, but the stream can still go. Like, I was just standing around doing nothing anyway. Like, actually... Actually, this is a blessing. So, I gotta use my energy. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna restart the stream, and we're just gonna run some stuff, okay? So... How's that sound, guys? So I'm gonna close my app. I'm gonna come back. Anyone wants to come back stream, you're welcome to. And I'm just gonna run some stuff in my energy, and till I go to bed, I guess. Probably for another 40 minutes or an hour. So yeah, we did this for like 2.5 hours, man. More than that. Long stream. Long stream. Alright. So I'll be back, guys. Check your notifications in a minute. It's been a great time.